Hello boys, in this video I'd like to spread a bit of wisdom and speak to you about how I have got out my own rut in the last 2 weeks, and I feel I've really ground down on the actual protocol required to actually get out of a rut, meaning a depressed state, not even depressed, more of a slump where you're not achieving any of your goals, and it's just brain fog for a lot of it. You don't really in a way, you don't really even see an issue there, and you're sort of waiting for yourself to get out of it. And I've been in many of these with this channel. I'm not going to try and be the perfect self-improvement guy like everybody else is on YouTube. I plan to show vulnerabilities because at the end of the day, there's a lot of YouTubers out there. I won't say any names or anything. They just show their perfect life. They show them attacking goal by goal by goal, and they don't show the times where they've actually been in a rut and they haven't achieved anything. They've really went back to these bad habits. So I really want to change that, and I think it's the best way to help you, and it's also going to help me by giving me the best chances of success with this social media stuff by being as transparent as possible. So it brings me to step one, and that is just simply basic self-care. Meaning, if you look at your room now, if you're in a rut, look at your room now, you're probably going to notice things are a bit all over the place. It might not be dirty or even messy. Even if things are a bit unorganized, it can really put your brain in a sort of state where if your environment's unorganized, your thoughts are. So that's the first step. Clean your room up. Even if things aren't messy, just have a nice clean, because that's the most therapeutic thing for me. It's literally, especially sorting my wardrobe out. It's going to get your mind right. That also goes for hygiene. I'm sure everyone's showering here, but there's a lot of dirty bastards out there, so make sure you're cleaning yourself properly. Okay, next is just don't try and be the perfect guy at this stage. If you're making no progress at the minute, simply 1% progress per day is absolutely fine. So if you're eating 3 dirty meals per day, you're binge eating, just cut out 2 and learn to moderate what you're eating. This goes for anything really. If you've got an addiction to social media, simply set a time aside per day where you're actually going to allow yourself to go through this content. And believe me, you're going to start seeing progress. So it's not all about having that perfect day, because that's a very destructive way of doing things, and eventually you're just going to go off track and plateau. So it's very important to learn to moderate things. People aren't going to like me saying this, to be honest. Everyone likes this sort of red pill style of doing things where you attack each goal, do 1 million things per day, do 1,000 push-ups, which is great. I'm not going to tell you not to do that, because you want to get as much done as possible. You need to do the hard work, and you need to be knackered by the end of the day from all the hard work you've done, mentally and physically. But all I'm saying is, at this stage, it's not as effective to go about things that way. Rather, you want to moderate the destructive habits as much as possible and get those good habits and slowly implement the good habits into your life. That is how you make real progress. You're not going to jump from being all depressed and anxious all the time to instantly being David Goggins. That's all I'm saying. Also, I want to add another thing into the self-care section, and that is simply having a haircut. I've now started getting haircuts every week because I think it's the #1 ROI thing for a man to do. It makes you feel great. Who doesn't feel amazing after having a haircut? You feel fresh, people respect you more, it just makes you more confident. So that's something I want to add. And finally, step 3 is mental health. I said at the start of the video, I'm going to be speaking a little bit about the lower level stuff, and I don't really think you should see it as that. I think if you're in this state right now, you need to drop the ego a little bit. You need to take a step back, and maybe you've been doing this stuff for 2 years now, and yeah, when you first got into it, you learned about meditation and gratitude journaling. But for me, I sort of felt that way. It feels a bit weird me talking about it because that's not really what I want for the channel. But go back to the basics, sort of mindset, mental health stuff. 3 minutes of meditation in the morning. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for in the morning. And believe me, you're going to feel so much more present during the day. You're going to feel just a great sense of happiness. There's a link I'll leave in the description. It's the Science of Wellbeing. It's some university course, but they explain things a lot better than I do. It's going to go into loads of statistics about gratitude and the effects in the brain, and it's going to just make you so much more productive. A thought I want to leave you with is just, if you feel happy all the time, are you really going to want to go and do all those general habits that you may have been doing recently? Or are you actually going to want to go out and achieve stuff, get a good workout in? I'll leave you with that. Hopefully this has helped you out. Leave a comment, like, share if you found it helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one.